Hello, how are you? Tonight we are here, as every Friday night, in the Books Cave to talk about the books that you have to read before you die. Tonight the turn is for Americana, a book written by Chimamanda Ngozi.
Who is the author? She's Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She is a Nigerian novelist, non-fiction writer, and short story writer. She was born on 15 September of 1977. She was born in the city of Enugu, in Nigeria. She studied medicine and pharmacy at the University of Nigeria. At the age of 19, Adichie left Nigeria for the United States to study communications and political science at Drexel University in Philadelphia.
The themes that you can find in this book are race and racism, identity, romantic love, separation versus connection, and cultural criticism. But tonight we will be focused on two themes: romantic love and cultural criticism. Cultural criticism. As with the themes of racism and identity, Americana allows Adichie to observe and critique the cultures of Nigeria, America, and England through scenes that are sometimes humorous and sometimes tragic. In Nigeria, particularly Lagos, Adichie focuses on the culture of corruption and materialism, where most people get rich through fraud or corruption. Officials expect bribes, and women date or marry a man based on his wealth and prestige. Everyone is expected to grovel before the rich, who are expected to ostentatiously show off their wealth by visiting Western countries and sending their children to Western schools. This leads to a Nigeria where essentials are lacking for most of the population. There is rarely consistent light or water, and Western culture and whiteness are idealized over Nigerian culture. In America, Adichie focuses mostly on the racial hierarchy and the prejudices a female discovers there, but she also comments on the prevalence of depression and anxiety in American society. She especially focuses on liberal white Americans who like to criticize their own country, but still imagine it as superior to others, the one dispensing charity instead of needing it. Adichie spends less time in England, Europe, and much of that involves racism, but she also highlights the fear of immigrants, a fear that ignores England's own colonial past. They eventually make their way to England. Along with all this seriously criticism, the novel also contains many light-hearted observations about the different cultures, like ways of speaking or dressing. Americana is a large and complex enough book that it can encompass individual stories of romance and personal growth, searing critiques of racism, and many astute observations about the cultures of Nigeria, England, and America all at once.
The central plot tying Americana together is the romantic relationship between Ifemelo and Obinze. They have a kind of idealized teenage love as they find each other in school and become incredibly close. But they are then separated when Ifemelo goes to America. Ifemelu cuts off contact with Obinze during her period of depression, and this silence goes on for years. During this time, each character has their own romantic experiences. Ifemelu dates Kurt and Blaine, while Obinze marries Cozy. Even while Obinze and Ifemelu are separated, their romantic lives remain the central plot focus, particularly as Ifemelu deals with racial and cultural issues in her romantic relationships. With this, Shimamanda not only creates tension and interesting plot, but also delivers social commentary through an individual and emotional lens.
Created using Powtoon.